Pranam ma'am. Good evening. Okay.
So, Prasanna, you can tell us about Fertile Brains and all the new, especially the book launches that we have done.
That's sort all. Pretty much live here on this. And okay, we are live on YouTube. You could check it on the YouTube channel. Now we are streaming live on um, uh, YouTube. So welcome to the Poetry Reading with Fertile Brains, a place where poets meet to share their minds. And yes, welcome to the poetry reading session. We have no rules, as you know, put forth by Debashrita Basu, who recently joined us. I mean, like, yeah, first time she joined us. And please welcome Debashrita Basu for the first time to the Fertile Brains. Yes, you got to read two poems maximum, but one should be in English and one should be in your mother tongue or regional, any other
Preferably, preferably.
language. Or if it is a native speaker, and they could have the chance of reading two poems. That's right, in their mother
Okay.
tongue. So, without wasting much of your time, so please welcome our Acharya first, Kingsley Hutchinson.
Has he
Yeah.
reached home?
I'm just at the door, so to call someone else, I want to get up the steps.
Okay, sir. Right. Then we'll go with Debashrita itself, right? Yeah, she's very much. Yes,
Sir,
Debashrita ma'am. Please
yes, sir.
introduce yourself and read your poems. Present.
Sir, can I go through my both of my poems are in English. Can I go through these two poems?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
sure, why not?
Later on, I will definitely recite poems in Bengali.
Please,
Yeah, next time you
Go
can
ahead,
do
ma'am.
that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead.
okay. Then I'm starting my recitation, and actually I'm getting a sort of nervous because since I am first time here, so I don't know what will be your reactions. Uh, so actually, I'm just one of my poems. I am going to recite one of my poems. This is one of my favorite poems, and the title of the poem is "The Power of Music." Uh, since music is my hobby, and that's why it uh, it made me it made me write and compose the poem. The so starting my poem. Okay, recitation. The music is all about the power of music is all about nothing but it creates an romantic aura actually where uh, it glorifies the beauty of the Tagore song. So here it goes. These charming romantic moonlit nights, when the full moon is at her peak, surrounded by her celestial fairies, sitting on her majestic throne, when Zephyr whispers something, touches my heart, blows through my face, when each tuberose compels me, then rays of moon takes me to a wonderland, the land of melody. The madness grows wildly, chases me ultimately from bud to flower. Then I start pouring out my veins. Through this Tagore's music, I share all emotions with care. Passion ignites me like a blazing fire. Nature and I reciprocate. The transcendental feelings come within. All the miseries are seem trifle. The mind gets mingled with the music, and the body remains there in home. Thank you, sir.
Excellent, ma'am. Excellent. Beautiful. Very
Wow,
nice.
excellent.
Go ahead with your second one.
Okay. It's that was a subjective poetry, and now I'm going to recite one objective poetry. Uh, that is, the title is of the deception of mind. It tells about all the earthly miseries and sufferings that we have to bear. But if one thinks selflessly that the earth is this is a natural thing on our earth, then he can recognize that uh, um, uh, that we have to rely on God and ourselves. That we have that universe in them. So I can't share my feelings with you right now because I'm getting a nervous a little bit. So it will be overcome. It will be overcome. Okay, I'm starting my poetry. High waves within mind sometimes destroy the shores. The turbulent storm mocks, teethers for a moment. Shores got damaged, tattered into pieces. But what about a grain of sand, a mound, or a pebble? They also exist. There is universe in them. A conflict is going on. Anxiety prevails like a demon. Stagnant mind gets worsened. Then the universe starts a story of refining, repairing, and healing. Thank you so much.
Wow, brilliant, brilliant, ma'am, brilliant. You could speak a bit. I could not speak even that. Roopali ma'am knows that. Okay, over to Roopali.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
No, I really loved your poems, Debashrita, and you shouldn't feel there's no reason to feel nervous. This is one of the friendliest groups that you can join. I can assure you about that. And it will be wonderful if you next time also read a Bangla poem because
Yes,
it will
of
give us
course, ma'am.
the
I
flavor.
will recite
But we enjoyed,
recite
but we
Bangla poem.
enjoyed both your English poems also. You write very well. And as you said, you started, because you're interested in music and you sing. So, maybe next time you can even do an invocation for us. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you, ma'am. Please give a round of applause, my dear friend. That was Debashrita Basu with her two poems brilliantly, rendered. Please give a round of applause. Thanks for joining, ma'am. Thank you. Keep coming, and yes, you will get rid of those things and all. I'm still
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
struggling. Thank you, ma'am.
First of all, I really forgot that I'd like to thank you first that you gave me an opportunity to do this, and second, I would like to thank Somdatta Mitra ma'am and all of you, in fact, that for bringing me here, and thank you for that. Thank you for giving me the chance. Thank you.
The thing is, we are not giving any chance to anyone. We are in self. We are, also learning. Each other learning. It's a learning process. It's happening. So, anyways, thank you,
तो
ma'am.
बंद करने का दिल ही नहीं कर रहा, गर्मी लग रही है ना, उधर का कर दूं.
And please welcome Acharya. Acharya is our next poet, our regular participant, and is a philosopher and guide to this platform. Please welcome Lantern Carrier.
Okay, let me bring up something. Life's harmonious oneness. Actually, I think I read this before, but I've included a lot to it. I took the bouquet of flowers from the florist, carefully tied with ribbons, and smiled endearingly. My heart blended into the cutest innocence, tenderness, and affection of my gorgeously charming daughter. She loves roses, and I, tulips. But her grateful gaze admired the lushness of the additional orchids, fuchsias, lavenders, and hyacinths, as well as foliage and branches. They expressed harmony, and I could feel their spirit even as my princess's joy exceeded expectations, she hugging me intensely, kissing my cheeks to display her soul's gratitude. Rainbows are like flowers too, but they speak of wonder, of oneness in diversity, of tranquility and stillness, of light. Indigo kisses the vast blue heavens, even as crimson dances in sunsets, and all in unison merges with the crest of horizons. My daughter knew, as I did, as the flowers, of the rose's selfless sacrifice, even as lavenders held sweet-scented conversations with the purple hyacinths. They know that each one is unique, has its own story to tell, an exquisite symphony to the eternal orchestra of love. I recall my grandfather's garden of flowers, a tapestry of marigolds, perennials, and cherry blossoms, waltzing in the breath of breaths, all tap dancing on my soul like the strings of a violin, reaching out in concerto to my own inner sonata, covered in supernal excellence. Today I'm with my daughter, it's her birthday, and we hug, our souls singing of the glory of life and the harmony of creation. Like delicate flowers in stately grace, like the rainbow, like my beautiful darling, love is not concerned with our darkness, but our light. Oh, sweet, sweeter, sweetest souls, don't rush. Grow at love's pace. Can you not see that the dark cocoon has now become a most beautiful butterfly? The tortoise never hurries, so she lives 100 years. Be proud of your vessel as she's proud of her shell. You're a mirror of love's light. Have something unique to offer to the world, like the strings of a violin, the opulence of a Taj Mahal. Never forget the ants, bees, and fireflies, for to the pollen the bee means life, even as to the child, fireflies are an enchanting wonder. You are more majestic than peacocks, in essence a pinnacle of natural beauty, your inner plumage more resplendent than 1,000 phoenixes. Look at the gracefulness and elegance of swans. See how they move with the spectacle of a ballerina's poise and deftness. Yet they too, like lilies, remains unworthy of the sanctity of your soul. I see no faults. I am filled with pride divine, as I have a lot to offer to the universe. I am a most bewildering mystery, just temporarily lost in a slumber of illusions necessary for growth. Oh, love, do trigger my wakefulness. Take me to the timeless silence of my original home. London Carrier, thank you.
Your mirror of the original light. Excellent. Always. Roopali ma'am, would you like to react or anybody else? Yeah, he's always. Debashrita ma'am, go ahead. You're free to
Wonderful
react.
poem. Wonderful poem.
Thank you, ma'am. That
So
was like
what's her name? Prasanna, what's her name?
Debashrita Basu.
Yeah.
Debashrita.
Tell her that my guru is from Bengal. He's from the east side. My Guruji for 41 years is Bengali. I like to say that when I meet the Bengali people. I forgot until Dr. Roopali reminded me that she herself was Bengali. Yeah.
And the spiritual uplift, this thing has happened from there. So it's like, yeah.
Moy Kumara Ghosh. Yeah, my eternal teacher.
Yeah, many of the scholars. That was Lantern. Give a round of applause, my dear friends. Next up is, yes, definitely, Saraswati Poswal. Please welcome Saraswati Poswal from Sargam, who came up with, called Peace, an anthology, Symphony of Peace. Yes.
Good morning, good evening, namaskar, sat sri akal, adab, salam. Thank you so much, K. Kumar ji, for such an honor and so delighted to come over here. on this platform. Thank you, everyone, for sparing your time to listen to me. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome, my DGG.
Thank you. So I will start with one of my poem, In the Race of Life. In the race of life, we have to become mad, not to freak nothing left in the cheeks. In the race of life, you have to become mad, not to freak nothing left in the cheeks. Innocence speaks, no words treat. Innocence speak, no words treat. Always mute retreat wins every heart. Always mute retreat wins every heart. What more you need? Life is meant for cherishing moments indeed. Life is meant for cherishing moments indeed. Don't spoil in unnecessary greed. You invite various grief to greed. You invite various grief to greed. Leave all grudges whom you cannot meet. Leave all grudges whom you cannot meet. Thinking of grandmother words, what you saw that you reap. Thinking of grandmother's words, what you saw that you reap. Life is gesture of no profit, no loss. In any mundane of life you go. Life is gesture of no profit of loss. In any mundane of life you go. Enjoy the slumber stages. Enjoy the slumber stages like the flower fragmenting. Enjoy the slumber stages like the flower fragmenting. Be the warrior. Be the warrior at the war for purching peace and navigating. Be the warrior of war for purching peace and navigating. Be the silent shores. Be the silent shores or the noisy ripple to adore. Be the silent shores or the noisy ripples to adore. Mute and smile instead of any fight, just to mingle. Mute and smile instead of any fight, just mingle. Resolving, yielding, accepting matters with respite. Resolving, yielding, accepting matters with respite. At last, we all need benedictions from the race of life. At last, we all need benedictions from the race of life. Thank you so much. And one more can go, Prasanna ji, Hindi wala.
हाँ जी, go ahead.
इतना मामूली दिल नहीं हमारा, इतना मामूली दिल नहीं हमारा जहां पहुंचा न जा सके और कोई रोक ले. इतना मामूली दिल नहीं हमारा कि जहां पहुंचा ना जा सके और कोई रोक ले. जब आम हुए दिलों पर राज हुए, जब हम आम हुए तो दिलों पर राज हुए, तभी हम कुछ खास हुए. जब आम हुए तो दिलों पर राज हुए, तभी हम कुछ खास हुए. रोक सके हवा में दम नहीं, रोक सके ये हवा में दम नहीं. जब फितरत में धोखा हवा के, जब फितरत में धोखा हो हवा के, तो पैगाम कहाँ से आए. जब फितरत में धोखा हो हवा के, तो पैगाम कहाँ से आए. वो एहसास कहाँ से पाए जो दिलों के पास हो. जो दिलों के पास हो वो सारा आलम खुद ब खुद समझ ही जाए. जो दिलों के पास हो वो सारा आलम खुद ब खुद समझ ही जाए. जिसे इंतजार हो मिलने का, जिसे इंतजार हो मिलने का, वो इंतजार कहाँ से लाए. जिसकी जिसकी लिखा हो इंतजार किस्मत में, वो दीदार कहाँ से पाए. जिसकी किस्मत में लिखा हो इंतजार, वो दीदार कहाँ से पाए. ये कुछ चंद पंक्तियां थी जो मैंने आपको शायरी की अपनी सुनाई है. उम्मीद है आपको पसंद आई होंगी.
ब्रिलियंट मैम, हमसे खास हुए आप, हमसे
थैंक
खास
यू.
हुए. नहीं वो फर्स्ट लाइन वो क्या था, वो जो आई मीन लाइक इन द
बस
रेस ऑफ
इन द रेस
फर्स्ट.
ऑफ एक सेकेंड. इन द रेस ऑफ लाइफ, एक सेकेंड. You have to become mad, not freak, nothing left in the cheeks. You have to
मैड.
become mad. पागल बनना पड़ता है.
अच्छा
फ्रीक
अच्छा,
नहीं,
ओके
किसी चीज के पीछे भागना
ओके
नहीं
ओके
है. पागल हो, लाइक मस्त एंजॉयबल,
ओके, आई
not
गॉट
become freak.
दैट्स अ
अपने
वर्ड.
you have to
Yeah,
keep
that
in your streaks, not to express
beautiful.
everything. I mean to say that.
Excellent,
और
excellent, excellent.
हिंदी में जो मेरा है, इतना मामूली नहीं दिल हमारा जहाँ पहुंचा ना जा सके. इतना मामूली दिल नहीं हमारा जहाँ पहुंचा ना जा सके, और जहाँ पहुंचा जा सके कोई रोक ले.
Yeah, powerful,
Your heart is
powerful expression,
so
powerful
easy. You
expression.
can reach anywhere if you want to, and you cannot reach also if your thoughts if you're not in
Exactly,
those
exactly.
thoughts. Isn't it?
Beautiful, 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 beautiful.
आम हुए
Beautiful.
दिलों पर राज हुए, आम हुए जब हम नॉर्मल ऑर्डिनरी पर्सन बनते हैं, देन ओनली वी कैन रूल ऑन अदर हार्ट। जब हम अपने आप को सुपीरियर और अपने आप को बड़ा ग्रेट और वो शो करते हैं कि तो हम खास नहीं होते, हम आम हो जाते हैं। हम आम होते हैं तो हम खास होते हैं, हम खास होते हैं तो हम आम होते हैं।
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल। धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद मैम,
थैंक
थैंक यू।
यू,
That was Saraswati. Please give a round of applause. Please
थैंक यू
welcome
एवरीवन, थैंक यू।
next poet, Reema Rai Singh. Please give a round of, please welcome Reema Rai Singh.
Thank you, Prasanna ji. Namaskar, everyone. I'm Reema Rai Singh from Mumbai, Maharashtra. Thank you, Prasanna ji, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to connect and share a poem. Today, I would like to share a poem titled मैं गीत बन जाऊं। मैं गीत बन जाऊं, मैं गीत बन जाऊं, तुम गाओगे क्या? मैं गीत बन जाऊं, तुम गाओगे क्या? सुबह शाम मुझको गुनगुनाओगे क्या? मैं गीत
Wow.
बन जाऊं, तुम गाओगे क्या? सुबह शाम मुझको गुनगुनाओगे क्या? रात के अंधेरे और दिन के ये उजाले, रात के अंधेरे और दिन के ये उजाले, पर बीच में है संध्या, मिलने आओगे क्या? मैं गीत
वाह,
बन जाऊं, तुम गाओगे क्या? प्रीत तो है
बहुत खूब।
तुमसे पर भय भी लग रहा है, प्रीत तो है तुमसे पर भय भी लग रहा है, प्रीत की सब रीत तुम निभाओगे क्या? मैं गीत बन जाऊं, तुम गाओगे क्या? आस की ये घड़ियां खत्म नहीं होती, आस की ये घड़ियां खत्म नहीं होती, मैं ख्वाब में बुलाऊं, तुम आओगे क्या? मैं गीत बन जाऊं, तुम गाओगे क्या? खामोश हूं मैं कब से तुम्हें याद कर रही हूँ, खामोश हूं मैं कब से तुम्हें याद कर रही हूँ, बताए बिना ही तुम समझ जाओगे क्या? मैं गीत बन जाऊं, तुम गाओगे क्या? धुआं सा उठ रहा है ये दिल बुझा बुझा है, धुआं सा उठ रहा है ये दिल बुझा बुझा है, इस दिल में आग फिर से जलाओगे क्या? मैं गीत बन जाऊं, तुम गाओगे क्या? बातें तो नहीं होती मिलना भी नहीं होता, बातें तो नहीं होती मिलना भी नहीं होता, तुम रूह बन के मुझ में समाओगे क्या? मैं गीत बन जाऊं, तुम गाओगे क्या? नाम तो तुम्हारा मेरे दिल में ही दफन है, नाम तो तुम्हारा मेरे दिल में ही दफन है, बेताबी बढ़ रही है सांसें भी रुक रही है, इस इश्क में यूं जिंदा दफनाओगे क्या? मैं गीत बन जाऊं, तुम गाओगे क्या? जानते हो सब कुछ अनजान बन रहे हो, जानते हो सब कुछ अनजान बन रहे हो, दुनिया के डर से तुम क्यों इतना डर रहे हो? हिम्मत थोड़ी जुटाओ और मेरे साथ आओ, हिम्मत थोड़ी जुटाओ और मेरे साथ आओ, उल्फत में अपनी रुसवा करवाओगे क्या? मैं गीत बन जाऊं, तुम गाओगे क्या? सुबह शाम मुझको गुनगुनाओगे क्या? सुबह शाम मुझको गुनगुनाओगे क्या? थैंक यू प्रसन्ना जी।
माइंड ब्लोइंग मैम। काश मैं भी ऐसे लिख सकता हूँ। अरे बाप रे बाप। क्या बात है, क्या बात है।
मैंने
सुनाइए
इसे
और
छोटा सा
दूसरा।
एक कोशिश किया है, क्योंकि हमारे बहुत से जो अ, हमारे जो कवि मित्र हैं, उन्हें हिंदी बहुत कम समझ में आती है, तो मैंने छोटा सा, मैं 4 लाइनों में मैं अपनी कविता को प्रस्तुत करना चाहती थी। इफ आई बिकम अ सॉन्ग, इफ आई बिकम अ सॉन्ग, विल यू सिंग अलोंग? इफ आई बिकम अ सॉन्ग, विल यू सिंग अलोंग? Morning and evening, in rhythm strong, will my melody be your song? In the darkness of night, in the darkness of night and the brightness of day, in the darkness of night and the brightness of day, in between is the dusk, will you come my way?
I think it's got this internet issue. Yeah. Okay, let's move. Okay, let's move on to, that was Reema. What else? How's this? Ma'am, go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
प्रसन्ना जी मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
सो
go ahead.
सॉरी, शायद नेटवर्क इशू था, मेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही थी।
कोई बात नहीं, go ahead.
मैं वापस अपनी कविता का पाठ करूं?
जी, इंग्लिश वाली, ट्रांसलेशन वाली।
कविता, ओके। प्रसन्ना जी मेरी कविता मैंने पढ़ी है या फिर मैं वापस पढ़ूं?
नहीं, वो इंग्लिश वाली पढ़िएगा, जो ट्रांसलेशन जो कि
okay. If I become a song, if I become a song, will you sing along? If I become a song, will you sing along? Morning and evening in rhythm strong. Will my melody be your song? In the darkness of night and the brightness of day. In the darkness of night and the brightness of day, in between is the dusk, will you come my way? Thank you so much, Prasanna ji. And thank you, everyone.
In the darkness of the day and brightness of the night. Beautiful, ma'am. Brilliant, brilliant. Oh, super. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. And anybody, if you could just react on the Reema Rai Singh's poem, you could go ahead.
Purdhani, you said it the reverse to how she said it. She didn't say the darkness of day. She said the darkness of night and the brightness of day.
Brightness of the day. Exactly. But yes. Reema Rai Singh, give a round of applause. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for joining, and we are delighted having you around. Please welcome next poet from Colorado. He's a brilliant poet. He always talks about peace and a very powerful rendition that he put across. Please welcome Ray Whitaker.
Good morning, everyone. It's a snowy morning here in Colorado, United States. Thank you for having me on, and thank you for the opportunity to read my work. Today, I have one poem for you. It's called Lost Lover. It is the definition of love that differs, now in my present. How does one define love? It's relative to my day's subjective experience. To me, my heart speaking to another is much more profound. Not like, here's a sandwich or a white rose. Those concrete things are, well, just things. The willingness to lose myself in another while finding myself in that other, all at the same time. Protecting my heart seems an inadequacy, yet I have yet to grow into. Perhaps it is my frozen ground where I am running on the ice. Yet I breathe still, and while there is breath, there is life. I remember. A deliberate stop here. Red light and traffic. The sun goes down and the fresh night ensues. The stars wink, all knowing as I think. Thank you.
Perfect.
It's a very interesting subject, and they say the Greek has, recognized that, love has so many various forms, and I think they cover it very, very exquisitely in the Holy Vedas and the Upanishads. The fact that behind this one pulse, which pervades in everything, it comes in different forms. So you get human love, you get love for money, you get love emotional love, and you express it in different ways, but it's all the same one force manifesting itself in different forms. And I like the fact that Ray is saying what he feels it in the heart. To us, we talk about the psychic hearts. Most people talking about emotions when they say the heart. But yes, you feel it in the heart, and then that sense of oneness and harmony exists. And of course, Ray's language is so eloquent and so beautiful. He expresses it quite nicely. But yeah, just I was just saying that how different traditions can look at the different aspects of the same one eternal consciousness.
Yeah, thank you.
Manifesting itself in various forms.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I always appreciate your point of view. That's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Ray. Always very elevate, kind of elevated thoughts, I would say. Consciousness, consciousness kind of thing.
He's gone beyond, and he breaks my heart. He breaks my heart, He's taking it another level.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Lantran. Please welcome Garima Sudan Kapoor from UAE. Yeah, she's joining after a long gap.
Thank
Hope she's
you,
doing great.
thank you so
And
much.
she writes brilliantly, both in English, Hindi, and also in
So much,
Punjabi.
sir. Thank you so much. No, no, no. In Hindi, English. Yeah. How are you all? Hope everyone is doing fine. I'm really happy to join back after a long, long gap. Thank you so much for bearing with me with my absence. I would like to present today English poem, A Conversation at the Beach. I hope I'm clear. Okay. A Conversation at the Beach. Thank you for feeding us daily on this beach. People we see here like you are so out of reach, less concerned for their own close ones in this materialistic world. But we birds are generously treated by you when the rest had their back turned. The mankind is still not losing its glow. The mankind is still not losing its glow. It is diminishing, but still maintaining its flow. Well, you can consider me like those who are standing taking pictures in a row. I wasn't like this before. I wasn't like this before. I have watched my mother suffer. She used to be sick. Even then, she never missed to feed the birds. When she was fine, daily she used to visit this place. These birds were her companions, as in them she found solace. As tranquility overcomes the commotion in her case, people come here to release their stress. People come here to release their stress. They breathe their heart out and worry less. They leave behind their struggles, pain, and mess. They feel halfway win. They feel halfway win like in a game of chess. As that man might be sailing the boat first time and will reach the shore and would feel bliss. So for a while here everyone at this beach is coming to fray. We, people, and you all love nature. He's telling to the birds, we people and you all birds love nature and may the humanity grow brighter and bigger and always stay. Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful reading each line, each word. I could grasp that. So line by line, word by word. You take your time in reading out, spelling out. Beautifully expressed, ma'am. Don't you have one more and Hindi or something? Any other language?
Hmm, just
If you
uh,
have, if you have short one in Hindi, you could go ahead, or otherwise I could move to other. But that was brilliant. Yeah, that's the poem that you read out is beautiful. Ah, yeah. Some mic issue has happened. So that was Garima. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Garima Sudan Kapoor. Next up is, yes, Somdatta Mitra. So I think she's mentor of Debashrita Basu. That's something said. Somdatta Mitra.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is in their best spirits today. And it is always so full of cheerfulness and ecstasy when we get an opportunity here in this wonderful platform. And thank you, Prasanna ji, for giving me this opportunity to be here to share my piece. And before I begin with this, in relation to this poem, I would like to mention a few lines to explain what feelings I have enveloped in this poem. Often, some of us, we feel that we are lonely when either our spouse leaving us for some moments for their work or maybe for some other engagements, or our life partner, or maybe our friends. It can connect to any our friends also. Maybe they are busy for a while and they are not connecting us, and we are thinking that we are really left alone, we are lonely without our friends. We cannot really do in life. So these kind of feelings are assimilated in this poem that I have written. The title I have given is When You Leave Me Alone. When you leave me alone in the lonely, deserted time, I feel dejected, cornered, and heartbroken, as if the thorns of a cactus pricking my heart, loud squeals never barge into your ears to realize my miserable state. A camouflage with a subtle, sneaky pang engulf my loneliness. I am pierced by the honks of those jagged, squeamish, untoward, umbrageous scratches. Your unconcern, or maybe just taking me easy, has benighted my urge to live. Everywhere I see a melancholy fencing me. My cravings does not let me suspire. I mirror myself in the dark, solitary night. I'm always encountered by a wraith who is influencing my senses with an effrontery. I hide myself in a web which is poisonous. The web cob is perhaps the fear inside me that vociferate. Hey, the den where I'm living is a sulk of a leviathan, one who is groaning for years to gulp me, leaving my skeleton. Ah, the light incited a percussion. You're finally here, captivating my emotions. I am being averted into an everlasting insomnia. With your arms over me, I sincerely seek the plethora of bliss. Diving and floating into the sea of happiness, your attention finally sensitized my hidden, ever desirous amour. You are my inamorato, the solemn companion of my life. With you, I voyage, in the sensual pleasure and sentiment, where the angels of Cupid act as waits, warping and whistling the sounds of true passionate love. Their presence enthralls my suppressed catharsis as I wallow in an embrace to procure the lost moments over your heed. That vacuum which tore me apart must be healed by your paramount love for a rampart. You must realize how painful it is to live in such loneliness, where the desolation offuscate to perceive your concern and care. So this is the first poem that I related. The second one is a tribute to our very renowned poetess Sarojini Naidu, whose birth anniversary we have just experienced a few days back, just recently. And I pay my tribute to the poem she had written on the Indian dancers. My poem relates to her poem. And the title I've given is Versatile Indian Dancers. Versatile Indian dancers propense to beguile, wearing silk saris like barbets in a brine, in a bravey with bated breath. They synchronize the body gestures, being adherent, unabashed to express the umbrage with eyes. Their enigma in various gestures were so divine. Their neat plate with flowers spelled a conjuration. Their golden armlets spawned adulation, with the neti chutti studded with kundan allure with admiration. Their subtle smiles augmented a spectacular interpretation of folk tales and traditional lifestyle, of fables and ancient history. The citation of exemplary courage of kings and the demons, a repugnant scourge. With magnificent expressions, they astounded the gallery. Like the killocks, their firm faith abetted complimenting their steps. Their oblivious smiles have the semblance of an opium, as they signified a magical fragrance of mystifying rose. Their florid cheeks and glorified expressions appealed, the ornaments that shone over their voluptuous bosom, connoting emotions of despair and melancholy, bouncing and prancing with expert finesse. They sensitized with a striking agglomeration their gentle rhythms and tender feet. Thank you so much for giving me this platform. Thank you.
What a powerful outpouring, ma'am. What a brilliant performance, I would say. My goodness. Saraswati Naidu is a metaphoric representation of beauty and the nightingale of India.
She is one of my role models. She's my inspiration, brother.
And the first one that you expressed is something, rhythmic, so beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
How did you? I mean,
thank you, everyone.
Output.
Thank you, everyone.
Excellent, excellent. Wow. I can simply say excellent. I have no words. Excellent. Roopali ma'am, up next is our mentor who will be reading and presenting her poem. Yeah, please welcome.
Thank you, Prasanna. Can you hear me? Okay. So thank you so much for, inviting me to this platform and giving me this, what do you call it? A khitab, It's a kind of a title that I'm a mentor, and mentoring is a nice thing to do. And you have brought up this, the fertile brain so beautifully. So many of us feel so much joy to be here. I'm going to read two poems today, which come out of two prompts that came up in Fertile Brain. Fertile Brain has these prompts. They put up paintings or works of art, and we are supposed to write on it. And the whole writing process, the way the mind works, is very fascinating to me. So there will be 20 of us looking at the same picture and writing totally different poems, responding totally differently. And so that itself is very interesting. So the first one was a painting which had this green fields and a road going in the middle, kind of it's an Indian scene, village scene, and there's a young boy on a cycle, probably a truant, a school truant, and the two women, very poor because they had nothing on their feet, they were barefoot, and they're carrying something on their head, and the road went far away. It seemed to go to some faraway place. So the irony somehow struck me. Well, many people wrote about how beautiful the nature was and how green the valley was and so on and so forth. I somehow responded differently. And I noticed very carefully that, and I named it Road to Progress. This is the road much traveled. It passes through green paddy fields, which now lie on either side, separated by this clay, red, endless road. They cut the trees to make the road. That is why it is a treeless road. For miles and miles, there is no shade. These 3 trees they left behind to tell us once upon a time they were here. The sun has a merry time as it beats its heat down in the summer afternoons. The women walk bare feet with bundles of wares. Sweat pours down their frail, bony, malnourished bodies. Sandals and shoes are a luxury. They have traveled miles to get oil and spices and some sugar. The young boy on a ramshackle bicycle never makes it to school. The call of the green fields takes him away from musty classrooms where buffaloes are tied in the evening time. Far away, one can see promising sugarcane fields. Everything belongs to the Zamindar Sahib. The Zamindar Sahib is the landlord of all that land that is around there, who lives in the city where the treeless road is headed. The rest of the people are landless. So, the irony struck me, of that environment, and I found that I couldn't escape uh, to notice that there was this lush green field, there was a road, but the people there were so poor. They were so extremely poor. So thank you, Prasanna, for that prompt because it helped me write a poem. And then another prompt has a very beautiful um, English cottage. It could be on a greeting card, or it could be a painting, or it could be a picture. And everybody wants to get back to their cottage. They have this cottage, they own this cottage. But I felt that I was deprived of something. So it's called My Cottage. I wish this cottage was mine. The tranquil surroundings are like heady wine. Here, on a clear night, I'll see the stars shine. In peace I could dine, and for company I will not pine. Look at the flowers blooming all in a line. Down the steps I will run and lean on the fence so fine. It's a very idyllic cottage scene. As evening falls and twilight turns the sky to red, you can only hear the lowing kine. Kine is cattle. Of honking cars and hurtling trucks, there is no sign. Oh, how I wish I owned this cottage. And this cottage was mine. Each day, as I stop at Charlie's pawn shop and stare at this painting of a dream cottage. So that's it. Thank you.
That's really remarkable, ma'am. It's all depends on the perspective that we look into the picture when we
Yeah.
everybody has this sense of understanding and translating the thing up into the writing and putting across. That's a beautiful thing, where the prompts those things that gives up and it enhances that creative faculty of for us, and especially when you are uh, look at the things differently. That's something amazing. You get to express it differently. So that is something it
Thank you so much,
must
Prasanna.
thank
And
Roopali
I
ma'am.
must thank you. I must thank you because, when my brain is drying up, suddenly I see this picture that Fertile Brains has produced, and I say, oh my God, another prompt I'm not going to be able to write. But after some time, you do find that you're responding to it. So I think, literature and creativity has this very
Yeah.
special quality.
Like it cannot be run of a mill kind, say certain type of same routine kind of imagery, and though the image would be the same but the eyes would be different, but the thing that they
Yes.
perceive is different. So that is something good. Thank you, ma'am, as always.
Thank
Please
you.
give a round of applause, my dear friends. Yes, once again, and if you are presenting two, make sure one is in regional language or mother tongue and the other is in English, and the native speakers exception too. Yes. Next up is, yes, she joined us for after a long gap. She's a dynamic open mic artist. This is featured reader today tonight with Raleigh. I am James, my dear friend. He's having an open mic, and Love Infinite is a featured reader. So, Love Infinite, Lee John Berry, please welcome. Love Infinite.
Hi, Prasanna. I
Hi,
was just here to listen and
congratulations.
support.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying I was just here to listen and support. I don't have the capability to perform right now at the moment.
Huh? Yes. Okay, maybe you could just Landron would say something about that. What would you say, Landron, please?
Well, it's up to her ultimately. I mean, you could give her 10,
Yeah.
10 minutes. I know
Well, you
she's
could
featuring later on.
later on. Okay, yes. Sudipta, Dr. Sudipta is up next, and she's a brilliant writer. She continuously writes on poems and what not. It's a least. It's like even physical meetings as always we attend physical meetings and all this celebration. Please welcome Sudipta Mishra.
Thank you, Prasanna Kumar sir. And my poem is a recently freshly baked poem. I've just baked it. Okay, this short and precise poem. Let me recite it then. Pain. Hello, dear pain. Always you walk along with me like a shadow, as if you'd love to see me drenched in tears. My fresh wounds often bleed profusely. By allowing you to win the game, echoes of the painful events cudgel my nerves every often. In the spiraling waves of unwanted memories, I have sadly fallen for not rising in the future. And dear pain, you have closed me inwardly. I try to converse with the nightmares. Every night it is so strange. Slowly I am learning to love again. But how to love a body that is standing in the debris of a broken alliance? Still, pain is slowly slithering into my vein.
And
It's
that's the
over.
end of your piece. Do you have another one? That should be in Odia, maybe, yeah? Yeah, in your
Yes,
mother tongue or Indian.
yes. କବିତାଟିର ନାମ ହେଉଛି ତାସ୍ ଘର। ନିଜ ସୁଖ ତେଜି କାମ କରୁଥିଲେ ସରଗର ସୁଖ ମିଳିଥାଏ। ପରର ଦୁଃଖକୁ ଆପଣାର କଲେ ମଣିଷ ସମ୍ପର୍କ ଗଢ଼ିଥାଏ। ମମତାର ଡୋରିରେ ମନଫୁଲ ଚାହିଁ ବାନ୍ଧି ହୋଇ ରହିଥାଏ। ସେଇ ଘରେ ଯିଏ ବାସ କରେ ତାକୁ ସରଗର ସୁଖ ମିଳିଥାଏ। ସ୍ୱାର୍ଥ ଥାଇ ଯଦି ତ୍ୟାଗଟି ନଥାଏ ପ୍ରାଣରେ ଶ୍ରଦ୍ଧା ନାହିଁ। ପ୍ରେମ ବିନା କିଏ ଗଢ଼ିଛି ସଂସାର ଦିଅଁ ବିନା ପୂଜା କାହିଁ। ସୁନା ପରିବାର ହୋଇଯାଏ ଚୁନା ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ଟିକେ ନଥିଲେ ତାସର ଘର ଭୁଷୁଡ଼ି ପଡ଼ଇ ଟିପ ଟିକେ ମାରିଦେଲେ। This is
How
also a short
beautiful.
poem. Over.
How beautiful, ma'am. How beautiful. So beautiful. It's like sweet,
Thank
very
you.
sweet. Thank you. Thank you. That was Sudipta. Please give a round of applause. Next up is time to arrow open mic. Please welcome Dane Ince. Dane, are you there? Yeah. Dane. Dane Ince. Please unmute your mic.
Yes, hold on a second, please. Thank you. I would like to see if I can share this screen. That's possible. Let's see. Okay. Yes, I have this new book out, and it's called Morning Tonka, and it was translated into Japanese because the form is it's a Japanese form. So let's see. I'm trying to look up something here. Okay. They don't have titles. Well, let me just, instead of taking more time, let me just read the first one. Oh yeah. Technology. It seemed like a good idea at one time. Here we go. Emerald Goddess. Faces, life worn, lovely still, sitting here seaside, fresh hearts journey to new days, butterflies stir hurricanes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Read another one too. Dan, you're free to. It's short, very short. Tanka, I love it.
Okay, let's see if I can find another one. So, slip into harbor, gentle, wet, smooth, head to head. I am bound to you, loving and loved. We sail on, heavenly magic flying. And let's see. This gift, love, is this. Smiles, you beam at me, starlight, and it seems light years. Our kisses last not long enough. Gravity falling on us. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you. That was Dan. Has this time to open wide. Time to have open mic. Yes, every Thursdays. You could just check it on and you could join in. It's a wonderful platform as well. Dan is heading it. So please give a round of applause to Dan. Thank you, Dan. Thanks for joining. Yes, next up is Gopal Purdhani, sir. He's in, yes, ex-army man. He's a veteran, senior. Please, such an honor having you.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर. सबकी खिदमत में मैं पेश कर रहा हूँ 2 लाइनर्स, 2 लाइन की कविता. मैं अर्ज करता हूँ कि हिंदू हो, मुसलमान हो, सिख हो या ईसाई, हिंदू हो, मुसलमान हो, सिख हो या ईसाई, रिश्ते से कुदरत की तरफ से ही आम तौर पर लगते हैं कि रिश्ते में कुदरत नहीं लगते हैं बहन भाई. हिंदू हो, सिख हो, मुसलमान हो, ईसाई, रिश्ते में कुदरत नहीं लगते हैं बहन भाई. एक और 2 लाइनर्स है कि जवानी के दिनों में लिखा था मैंने, अभी पता नहीं कैसे याद आ गया, कि शब्द से घटाओं से काले, शब्द से स्याह बाल तेरे, कै किशा बन के ललचाए हुए अरमान मेरे. अरमानों में क्या खलबल मची है. तो एक और है छोटा 2 लाइनर्स अगेन. क्या हुआ जो मिली ना हमें शरकते बज़म, इतना क्या कम है कि आगे उनकी नजर में हम. अगला है कि गजब की बात है, गजब की बात है कि तुम हो इतनी पास मेरे और कायम है अभी तक होशो हवास मेरे. गजब की बात है कि तुम इतनी हो पास मेरे और कायम अभी तक हैं होशो हवास मेरे. एक रूहानी ख्याल है कि हम खोजते रहे जिनको दिन के उजालों में, आंख बंद करके देखा तो खुदा नजर आया। हम खोजते रहे जिनको दिन के उजाले में, आंख बंद करके देखा तो खुदा नजर आया। और फिर वही शांति की बात कि मैं आह्वान कर रहा हूं अमन और अमान का, मैं आह्वान कर रहा हूं अमर और अमान का, संपूर्ण दुनिया के लिए शांति के सामान का। एक और छोटी सी 2 लाइनर है कि मेरी जिंदगी आजकल काफी सहज चल रही है, मेरी जिंदगी आजकल काफी सहज चल रही है, बहुत दिनों से किसी अपने का साथ न मिला। कब गम शुरू होता है, कब किसी का फिक्र शुरू होता है, कब जिम्मेदारी शुरू होती है, जब अपने पास में हो या हम अपनों के पास में हो। अगर इजाजत हो तो एक 4 लाइनर सुनाऊं। ठंडी हवा का झोंका बदन को छू के निकल गया, ठंडी हवा का झोंका बदन को छू के निकल गया, जैसे कानायत से कोई युग ही बदल गया। कोई समय नहीं लगता, ऐसा लगता है कि सब कुछ खत्म हो गया या खत्म एक नया शुरू हो गया। मैं थोड़ा सा कल का हिस्सा हूँ, अपनी जिंदगी की स्टोरी सुना रहा हूँ कि मैं थोड़ा सा कल का हिस्सा हूँ और आज का भाग हूँ। काफला ऊन जैसा जैसे गर्दश निकल गया कि मेरे जो अपने थे, मेरा जो जिंदगी थी, उसको एक गर्दश निकले, गर्दश में बर्बादी कर गई, सब कुछ खत्म हो गया, सिर्फ एक हवा का झोंका बदन को छू के निकल गया। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, आज का इतना ही अर्ज है। ये मैंने वैसे और भी पोएम लिखी थी लेकिन वो थोड़ी लंबी है, तो इसके साथ नेक्स्ट टाइम सर। बहुत बहुत
थैंक यू
धन्यवाद,
सर।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
प्लीज सर मत कहिएगा सर, हम लोग के साइड से मेरे छोटे I always say that I'm not Roopali ma'am and Reema Rai
जाते
ma'am.
जाते 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 सर आपकी सेवा में एक अर्ज करके जाऊं कि खुश
Please sir.
नसीब हम हैं जो आपसे बात हुई, प्रसन्ना जी और सारे जितने मेरे दोस्त हैं, खुश नसीब मैं हूं जो आपसे बात हुई, बाद मुद्दत के इंसान से मुलाकात हुई।
Oh my God.
बाद मुद्दत के बहुत दुनिया। नमस्कार मैडम।
थैंक यू सो मच। मेरे तो आंखों में आंसू आ गए जब आपने कहा कि बहुत मुद्दत के बाद इंसान मिले, विच इज सो ट्रू ऑफ आवर लाइफ, यू नो। एक बहुत लंबी जिंदगी जीने के बाद पता चलता है कि कुछ तो इंसान कहीं ना कहीं हम लोग को मिले हैं। वन ऑफ द
जी
मोस्ट ब्यूटीफुल, यू नो, I want to tell everybody who is here that Colonel Purdhani, besides being a soldier, is actually a soldier poet, a scholar poet, and you're a very renowned and well-known poet. But what is very wonderful about your poetry is that you say, your life experience and the wisdom and the depth comes out in very brevity. Your brevity is the soul of your poetry. बहुत थोड़े से शब्दों में आप बहुत कुछ कह देते हैं, which cannot be, many of us, we just go on writing, long poems, and halfway through somebody has stopped listening. But we just wait for that after your second line. Up 2 liners here, we wait for what is going to be the concluding line. Thank you so much, and I feel that you must, after, yourself, you can translate it. Translation is very important because I think it gets, although people say translation may, you lose the flavor, but I think translation brings so much to us. It brings so much to us. It was such a pleasure listening to your Punjabi poetry and everything. Thank you. I'm very grateful, Colonel Pradhani, that you come on our forum. And, Prasanna, we are very fortunate. There's such wonderful poets here today.
मैडम
आपको
आप हमेशा इतना इंस्पायर करते हैं कि एक जब कुछ नहीं बचता तो दिल करता है और जियो, यही टाइम है और जियो.
How lovely. How wonderful.
धन्यवाद सर, धन्यवाद
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद
Thank you
आपका.
so much.
इतना इंस्पायर करते हैं आप कि फिर कहने को कुछ दिल करता है, लिखने को दिल करता है. आई एम सो ग्रेटफुल टू यू मैम. यू अप्रिशिएट सो वेल.
I really loved those lines, where you said कि बहुत मुद्दत के बाद एक इंसान मिला है, and I think it applies a lot to my very dear little, younger brother, which is Prasanna. That he's the kind of humanity that he exudes, the kind of love and affection and respect that he gives to everybody. I can see that Somdatta Mitra is also very moved by your poem. Am I right, Soma? Am I right?
Kind of you, man. Very
Yes, I
kind
was
of.
about to just say a little on this. That one word which Sir Purdhani has just mentioned about humanity, that rolls around in our soul with several words to relate. And Purdhani ji, आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. ये एक शब्द जो आपने बताई है हम सबको इतनी इंस्पायर करती है कि मुझे लग रहा था मैं हिंदी में 4 लाइन एटलीस्ट लिखूं. मैं 2 हिंदी पोएट नहीं हूँ, लेकिन लिखने का बहुत मन करता है. कुछ गलतियां भी हो जाती है कभी कभार. तो सोच रही थी कि मतलब आपके शब्द से इंस्पायर होके सोचा कि मैं अब भी एक सेशन खत्म होगा तो थोड़ा 4 लाइन जरूर लिखूंगी ह्यूमैनिटी के ऊपर.
Very kind of you, ma'am. Very kind of. So encouraging. You are so encouraging. Thank you very much. Kind of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so
Thank
much.
you,
We are
thank
so
you.
blessed.
नमस्कार.
I should
नमस्कार.
support
आपका
you.
पोएम बहुत अच्छा था, बहुत अच्छा था. प्रसन्ना जी सबको मौका दिए, बहुत अच्छा था.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Please, please.
नमस्कार
बहुत
गोपाल
बहुत
जी,
नर्वस नहीं होना,
बहुत
आप
अच्छा
नर्वस
लगा.
नहीं होना, नर्वस नहीं होना. लिखना है, जिंदगी है, जिंदगी में ऐसे ही उतार चढ़ाव चलते रहते हैं.
जी
तो
जी
उसमें हिम्मत से अपन काम लेना है. ये एज ऐसा है, बच्चों के वैसा रहता है,
जी
चलते रहता
जी
है.
जी
नर्वस कभी नहीं होना.
जी.
नर्वस हो गए तो हाथ पैर ठंडे हो जाते ना.
बहुत अच्छा लगता है सर आपको सुनना. थैंक यू सर.
Thank you.
हाँ,
हम
बहुत
Thank you,
भी
अच्छा लिख
ma'am.
रहे.
हाँ,
Thank you.
बोलने
ब्लेस्ड
का
फील
ढंग
कर
भी
रहे हैं आपको
अच्छा है.
सुन के.
बोलिए आप.
God bless you. God bless you, ma'am.
आपको सुन के
थैंक यू
बहुत
वेरी
अच्छा
मच.
लगा सर, बहुत अच्छा लगा, बहुत
बहुत
अच्छा
बहुत
लगा सुन
धन्यवाद
के.
आपका. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Anybody
धन्यवाद.
left?
हम
सब लोग
लोग
हिंदी में
Anybody
बात
left?
कर
हम
रहे हैं.
लोग
आपका
Anybody
पोएम
left?
सुन
रहे
के
हैं.
सब लोग हिंदी में बात.
हम
Rima ma'am,
हिंदी में लिखते हैं अलग, बट सुन के अच्छा लग रहा है उनसे.
Kind of you. Kind of you.
बहुत
Kind
अच्छा,
of.
बहुत धन्यवाद.
बस
हमें
ऐसे
सुनने
ही
का
लिखते
मौका मिल
रहिए
रहा है.
और हम सभी पे अपना आशीर्वाद बनाए रखिए, स्नेह बनाए रखिए, लगाव बनाए रखिए. और आपके लिए चंद लाइनें. सहज सरल और इतनी निर्मल, सहज सरल और इतने निर्मल पावन पूज्य हमारे हैं. सहज सरल और इतनी निर्मल पावन पूज्य हमारे हैं. अहो भाग्य है हम सबका जो बीच हमारे बैठे हैं. अहो भाग्य है हम सबका जो बीच हमारे बैठे हैं.
जी जी.
तो
Thank you.
ऐसे
बहुत
ही अपना प्यार, आशीर्वाद, लगाव सब कुछ हम पर बनाए रखिए. और हमें हमेशा इसी तरह अपनी जो 2 लाइनें हैं, अपने 4 लाइनें का अपने शेर जो है, बहुत 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 खूबसूरत है आपके शेर. तो इसी
बहुत
तरह
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मैडम. आई एम सो ग्रेटफुल, सो फॉर्चुनेट.
थैंक यू.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. भगवान खुश रखे आपको.
Thank you, sir. It was really overwhelming, I would say. Thank you, my dear friends. Now, are you ready? Or are you just gonna prepare yourself for the rally? Whatever it is. Love is, I think she's preparing. Meantime, maybe I think. Love, are you ready? Would you like?
Yeah, I believe I can go ahead and read a poem for you guys.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for bearing with me. I am having some technical difficulties and I'm just trying to adjust to those. Good. Okay, I'm just gonna set up in here for now. Can you hear me okay?
Perfect. Go ahead.
Okay. I had an epiphany on the flight back from NYC, leaving LaGuardia and my lover, and again on this toilet where I sit to pee, think and process all the pellets that get sent to me. I fired that weapon and the rest is now history. You are me. Let me say that again. You are me and I am you. And funny enough, I am my lover too and my mother too, just in a different hue. And that Ted Bundy that has his own show on Netflix, that's me too. I'm a total freak, a serial killer, thinking back on how many moments got away from me or victories because I was shooting them down young before they could ever grow to what they were meant to be. Everything, all your biases and your dreams are the same thing, and your dream person and your ex, that's two fish born of the same stream. There's only one line and we're all hanging on it for dear life. But what if we fell on the grass, concrete, or flew for dear life? I say goodbye to every part of me living in fear, and I tell them good night, reading my fears, stories and poems only with happy endings, everything going right, paying off, making sense. That's what I'm here for. And I'm not breaking my back for no man, no body, no job, no labor. I won't break my back even for me. But I still yearn to crack it though, remind the aging muscles and veins that I'm still here. Every day, like the weather shows, rain or shine, storm or snow, sleet and hell became my heavens once I realized all the little devils are just confused peasants and I'm the reverend. I am the queen, I am Messiah, and I don't have to print it out and market it all over New York by flyer. My calling's higher, my breath's deeper, my steps steeper, and I'm not afraid. Being scared of the next steps is like being afraid of myself or doubting myself, my gifts, my God, my worth, my potentiality. My purpose is to spread the message of oneness around the one earth. My purpose is to master the message, practice it, live it, be it. My purpose is to tell you, you're not alone. You're just careless. You're not alone. You're just selfish. You're not alone. You're just ungrateful. And I've been it all, so I know it now when I see it. Everybody's terrified of dragons, so I shape-shifted into a deacon, into a priestess, into a beacon. I am the light, and so are you. Don't you understand that every color has a wavelength, but it doesn't make pink better than blue or white, purer than you, or black, most powerful? It's more equal to than greater than, but y'all don't like ties. You always need a loser too. Well, that loser's you. You're not alone. Even when you win, you had God, you had angels, you had Bethlehem, you had hoes, you had help, you had pimps, you had Jesus Christ, and you killed him. Now you feel so alone when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Fight and kill in Colosseum until your city is in ruins too. Accept the church, accept the Pope. Why all the exceptions? Perhaps you need a microscope. If there's a pandemic, someone's being dirty, someone's digging in their nose, wiping it on walls, chairs, tables, and clothes, saying, nobody's looking, but nothing's private. Think about where you got your privates or the money to change them. Don't twist your face up at me. You're the stranger, you're the thing. You're 1 and 2, you're 11, becoming the peeping Tom, playing with your cat or cats that don't want to be played with. You're the holder of dark thoughts needing to be spotlighted, and you think you're not it because you haven't been tagged like the tunnels, because your skin not brown or black, but the God that made us is. All they are the culmination of everything. And now they're saying, pay up, pay it forward. That privilege that you've been stockpiling, hoarding for years on end, come out. Put your thumb back in your mouth. Don't take it out when they come around. Voice messages left for my inner child. No one is exempt from God's eye, God's plan, God's grace, God's hand. Don't get a spiritual whooping trying to be so unique, so different, so memorable that you forget people experienced you experienced you. But that ain't enough for you because your imbalance is chemical, it's electrical, it's physical, it's kinetic, it's abstract, it's visual. You steady trying to hide it, you box it in too much, you'll mess around and never find it again. Then you'll be lost forever, wondering when and even where you lost your spark. You ain't lose it, you're just used to keeping things buried in the dark. I'm praying for us, praying for it all to be revealed, to be healed, to be cleaned, to be at peace, to be healed. We need courage. Cowardly dogs run in the opposite direction of the porridge. Now, I dare you to use your little Red Riding Hood as an excuse to steal, to abuse the bears. Hoarders never organize, no, dissect their storage. What are you really made of? Isn't it time to let some of you go? How about most? Only the parts negative, that Ike that slapped your makeup off, brown oil coated fingertips, the you who's convinced you could do something or anything to deserve it, the you that feels worth the hurting. We were never made to suffer. We're movies made to buffer. We can't control everything. All of us doing our own thing doesn't have to be grounds for getting into the wrong thing, your host. Will you pay attention? Don't bury the beat with your nerves. Could you breathe and just listen? The divine sends signs, so pay attention. All we've got is our attention, our energy. Everything you focus on magnifies. Are you hearing me? You could be pessimistic as you want to be, but baby, as for me, I'm trusting everything under the sun because she's my everything. That sun is me. And so are the clouds, and so is the rain. Wipe me down, cleanse me now. Remind me that I'm just dust and light, black and white, brightness and contrast, pussy and as. Anyhow, a penis is like a vagina turned inside out. Sorry, I had an alarm. A penis is like a vagina turned inside out. So before coming for women, wipe the cum off your mouth, off your chest, your forehead and spine. Stop sucking up. Stop hating your mom because she gave it up, then gave you up. Stop hating your dad. His deadbeat ass simply couldn't do enough. Deadbeat, you said it yourself. He's still in need of resuscitation, and you need forgiveness too. That's why you're always meditating or escaping. You're not slick, not slicker than me. In a past life, I was sand, and you're not quicker than me. You can try and outrun your demons, but on Tuesday, they'll clock in bright and early in perfect alignment with your processed orange juice and your good morning. We ain't dead just yet, so stop acting like it. You're not giving your best, but you are fighting it. The urge to be fulfilled, the happiness that lives inside you, the TikTok 15 seconds long enough to trigger and dig a hole inside you. Now the image lives inside you on 52nd. I'm just the messenger, marathon runner. They always shoot the messenger. No pressure though. I used to be Cat, whiles back, got saved 13 times, though a part of my contract is to write about hope, faith, God, smoke, spirit crying in your lungs, begging for witnesses for all you witnessed this Friday after next and last. God, be my witness. Stop fighting everybody and love us like you love you, unless you've been stingy with your love. And so, like I said, it's all you. It's all on you and me too. We get what we give. So what we gonna do? Do I speak now, or is it on you? In stream of consciousness, otherwise known as poetry, but the verses slap. So maybe it's rap. I just know I had something to say. In poem, wait for snaps, pause for applause, wait to accept validation or receive affirmation. I know I'm hot, super fly. So really, I just perform for communication. Begin conversation, begin conversation, begin conversation. Thank
Wow,
you.
my goodness, love, that is spoken poetry. We are hearing the message of your oneness, what of the, I mean, the layers. Oh my God. Babu, anybody? um, you're free to react. So anybody? Roopali ma'am. So I could go to you only.
Yeah, it's an epic poem. It's an epic poem, and it's gone across so many thoughts and so many beliefs and ideas, and it's full of irony and questioning. And it's a poem full of questions. What have we brought ourselves to? At the end of it all, what have we brought ourselves to? So thank you very much. It's a wonderful presentation.
She's probably the youngest amongst here, the participants, ma'am. She's the youngest one. So thank you, love. Thanks for your presentation. Thanks, and all the best to you for your future reading. And that
Thank
was
you.
love. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Up next is Shoba Deshpande, who will be reading out Marathi, English, Hindi, or Telugu, whatever it is. So please welcome Professor Shoba Deshpande.
नमस्कार, वनक्कम, सत श्री अकाल, गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड नाइट ऑल. सबको मिलकर आनंद होता है. वीकली वंस एक परिवार मिले वैसा होता है. कब संडे आता, कब समय आता, 7 बजता बोल के देखते रहते प्रसन्न कुमार कब शुरू करते. मेरा शीर्षक है गुड़िया. मेरा शीर्षक है गुड़िया. बड़ी निराली मेरी गुड़िया, बड़ी निराली मेरी गुड़िया, रंग बिरंगी सुंदर गुड़िया, रंग बिरंगी सुंदर गुड़िया, बड़ी निराली मेरी गुड़िया, रखती आनंद में मुझको गुड़िया, रखती आनंद में मुझको गुड़िया, नाच खेल सिखाती गुड़िया, नाच खेल सिखाती गुड़िया, मेरे लाड से बिगड़ी गुड़िया, मेरे लाड से बिगड़ी गुड़िया, कोई पहाड़ा याद न करती गुड़िया, कोई पहाड़ा याद न करती गुड़िया, सारा दिन मुझे सताती गुड़िया, सारा दिन मुझे सताती गुड़िया, सपने में रात को आती गुड़िया, सपने में रात को आती गुड़िया, ठुमुक ठुमुक कर पाव बढ़ाती गुड़िया, ठुमुक ठुमुक कर पाव बढ़ाती गुड़िया, मीठे मीठे बोल सुनाती गुड़िया, मीठे मीठे बोल सुनाती गुड़िया, सदा हंसती रहती गुड़िया, सदा हंसती रहती गुड़िया, प्रेरणा देती हंसने की सदा गुड़िया, प्रेरणा देती हंसने की सदा गुड़िया, बड़ी निराली मेरी गुड़िया, रंग बिरंगी सुंदर गुड़िया. ये मेरे बेटी को देखकर लिखी थी मैं बहुत साल पहले. है बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका. और एक सुनाओ क्या?
Go ahead, ma'am. Please.
अच्छा, आजकल के रिश्ते, आजकल के रिश्ते मतलब कैसे है, पहले जमाने के कैसे थे, आजकल के। आजकल किसी के पास समय नहीं है, आजकल किसी के पास समय नहीं है, रिश्तों को निभाने का समय नहीं है, रिश्तों को निभाने का समय नहीं है। ये कैसे गजब के रिश्ते, ये कैसे रिश्ते हैं। भाई बहनों के साथ बातचीत करने के लिए समय नहीं है, भाई बहनों के साथ बातचीत करने के लिए समय नहीं है। धन लक्ष्मी को पाते ही सभी रिश्तों को भूल जाते हैं, धन लक्ष्मी को पाते ही सभी रिश्ते भूल जाते हैं। ये कैसे गजब के रिश्ते हैं, ये कैसे गजब के रिश्ते हैं। परिवार के साथ बैठकर खाने के लिए समय नहीं है, परिवार के साथ बैठकर खाने में समय नहीं है। सामूहिकता में मीठे मीठे बातें करने के लिए, सामूहिकता में मीठे मीठे बात करने के लिए समय नहीं है। ये कैसे गजब के रिश्ते हैं, ये कैसे अजीब रिश्ते हैं। खुद के प्यारे परिवार के, खुद के प्यारे परिवार के सुख दुखों को, खुद के प्यारे परिवार के सुख दुखों को बांटने का समय नहीं है, बांटने का समय नहीं है। खुद मीठे मीठे बातें करते हुए कहते हैं, खुद मीठे बातें करते हुए कहते हैं, आपके पास समय नहीं है। खुद मीठे बातें करते हुए कहते हैं, आपके पास समय नहीं है। ये कैसे रिश्ते हैं, ये कैसे गजब के रिश्ते हैं, ये कैसे अजीब और गरीब रिश्ते हैं। माँ के लिए आलीशान सुंदर कमरा देते हैं, माँ के लिए आलीशान सुंदर कमरा देते हैं। माँ के लिए सुंदर कमरे में, माँ के लिए सुंदर कमरे में आप कितने बार जाते हैं। माँ के लिए सुंदर कमरे में आप कितने बार जाते हैं। सबसे दूर भाषा में बात करने का, सबसे दूर भाषा में बात करने का समय ही समय देते हैं, सबसे दूर भाषा में बात करने का समय ही समय देते हैं। अपने माता से दूर भाषा में कितना समय देते हैं, अपने माता से दूर भाषा में बात करने से कितना समय देते हैं। ये कैसे नए रिश्ते हैं, ये कैसे अजीब रिश्ते हैं। आजकल के किसी के पास समय नहीं है, रिश्तों को निभाने का तो समय ही नहीं है। ये कैसे गजब के रिश्ते हैं, ये कैसे गजब के रिश्ते। धन्यवाद।
बिल्कुल सही मैम, बिल्कुल सही बात है। सेटायरिकल टेक, वाओ, वंडरफुल, ब्रिलियंट।
वो लोग सॉफ्टवेयर वगैरह रहने से मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है, हर एक के पास फोन आ रहा, कोई बात करना बोले तो फोन में बिजी रहे तो कोई बात नहीं करेगा।
But the waste of life, ma'am, and we
वेस्ट ऑफ
cannot.
लाइफ
So
वो समझते नहीं।
हो जाता
कम
है
से कम
कभी
अपने पोएट्री ते समझना, सब देश एकत्रित होना।
जी जी जी।
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Anyways, that was Shoba Deshpande, who rendered two beautiful poems. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That brings us to the end of the evening. Before going, I would like to read one of mine. So, hope you would like it. I don't know. Listen to the scream of silence and early in response. The eyes of stillness you try to place on your eyes and stare at the vision of icicles in motion. The emotion of having a glance at the pixies of sensation and the music of fluttering as they flutter their wings of jubilation. Just listen to the scream of silence, cry and shed the tears in fixation to the lull of the pull, the resultant repose of self. Ease your senses and relax with a pause. Thanks. Says this
बहुत
unruly
खूब, बहुत खूब,
poetaster.
बहुत
What
खूब।
about a Hindi? What about a Hindi poem, Prasanna? You
Hindi,
write very
my
well in
goodness.
Hindi. Yeah, you write very well in Hindi also.
मैडम आप बोले नहीं मेरे बारे में.
हम बोलेंगे, अभी बोलेंगे.
No, she wants to have this reaction.
Yes, मैं एक्चुअली अपने बेटे के घर में बैठी हूँ, तो इसलिए थोड़ा सा संकोच कर रही थी कि इस टॉपिक पे बात करने का.
अच्छा 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 ना नहीं, अपने बच्चे
नहीं,
ठीक है भाई जी, अपने
वो तो
बच्चे
दूजे की
ठीक
बात
है,
होगी ना फिर.
दूसरों से हो रही ना, अपने बच्चे ठीक है.
No, but you're very right, that human relationships, we have to make an effort. Today's, even the scream of silence that Prasanna had just spoken about is uh, definitely, I think today most of the poems have been on isolation. I think so. Somdatta also did that, and you spoke on isolation. You had Gopal Purdhani also talk about relationships. Uh, After Valentine's Day, where love and relationship has been a lot of conversation about it, people have become very aware that it is very very important to make an effort to to make relationships. If we don't, we are actually हम अपने पतन की तरफ जा रहे हैं. हम किसी आप जो कह रहे हैं ना कि आलीशान कमरा है मगर आप उस कमरे में कितने बार जाते हैं.
Yes.
It's very poignant, very pathetic, and through poetry we learn. It is not that आपने जो पढ़ा है, it is just a statement or just a poem. ये हमारे दिमाग में बैठा है, ताकि हमारे में जो भी है जो नहीं जा रहे अपने माँ के कमरे में, वो प्लीज जाए. We must go. So there's a lot of learning, and I would like you, Prasanna, to read a Hindi poem. You write so well.
Not so well, man. I'm just
नहीं, सबका सुन के आप क्यों नहीं बोलते? आप बोलना जरूरी है.
क्यों नहीं आता मन में आजकल कोई ख्याल.
वाह वाह वाह.
नहीं आता मन में आजकल कोई ख्याल, क्यों है आज मेरा हाल बेहाल.
वाह वाह वाह. क्या हो गया बेहाल?
ना कोई ना कोई उत्साहजनक सोच विचार, ना ही कोई प्रेरणा बड़ा बड़ा सवाल. कहाँ गई वो उमंग, कहाँ गई वो उम्मीद. नकारात्मक ऊर्जा में आशा के उजाले को तलाश रहा हूं मैं. आस है कि मैं इस प्रयास में कामयाबी की दरवाजे को दस्तक देते हुए रोशनी से रूबरू होकर अंधियारे को टक्कर दूं. पर ये क्या, बस ये सोच रखने से क्या फायदा. मेरे मन में तो है चिंता, पर तन क्यों नहीं हिलता. आगे बढ़ने से क्यों झिझकता. हाँ, आलस से ओतप्रोत इंसान हूं मैं. हाँ, आलस से ओतप्रोत इंसान हूं मैं. मुझे क्यों होगी वो सकारात्मक सकारात्मक ऊर्जा की उज्जवल ऊर्जा. क्या हूं मैं किसी सफलता के ताज के लायक. क्या लायक हूं मैं किसी सफलता के ताज के. बस इतना ही.
Wonderful.
नहीं,
बहुत सुंदर.
नकारात्मक नहीं है, सकारात्मक ही है आप. आपके विचार पूरे सकारात्मक ही है.
धन्यवाद. थैंक यू.
Very beautiful.
नहीं
And you read it so well, Prasanna. You presented it so beautifully.
नहीं मैम, ये हो जाते हैं ना. It's something like that, what we scribble out, it turns out to be is just nothing. When you get to listen, when you get to read, and when you get to learn. In the morning I able to listen to some of the wonderful poets, and then I realized that nothing, and I still have to read and read and read a lot and learn a lot. So nothing, just
But wonderful. And important चीज कविता का ये है कि आप बेशक आप पढ़ रहे हो, लगता है कि आप अपनी कहानी सुना रहे हो, बट हमें लगता है आप हमारी कहानी सुना रहे हो. You are telling us our story. We get so involved because I think the human condition is so common. This feeling of loneliness, the longing for love, and compassion and kindness and peace is so common that even when we are reading a poem, जिसमें हम I use करते हैं कि I have, I've gone here, or I'm thinking, or I'm dreaming, you're actually telling us our story. So I think this evening has been wonderful, and Prasanna, you should be very, very happy.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am?
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Go
Sir?
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sir, can I recite one of my Bengali poems?
Yeah, please,
Yes,
please, please.
yes,
Go
yes,
ahead.
Rana.
As Roopali ma'am had told me before that I should recite Bengali poem, one Bengali poem. Can I? Okay.
Yes, yes.
The title of the poem is চেনা অচেনা চেনা অচেনা ভিড়ের মাঝে এ কেমন তুমি যার প্রাণে নিঃশ্বাসে আছি আমি তুমি যে আমার রবি কিন্তু এ কিসের পরিবর্তন কিসের মায়া যে তোমায় নিঃশেষ করে দিল কারুর কায়া আমি যে তোমার রজনীগন্ধা ছিলাম এক কালে এখন কি বিষ কাটাতে পরিণত হয়েছি এত সাল বাদে কত সময় কাটিয়েছি আমরা এই নদীর তীরে কত দুর্গম রাস্তা কত সূর্য পেরিয়ে এসেছি সব প্রান্তর চিরে এরই নাম জীবন বুঝলে এরই নাম চেনা জানা কত লোক আসবে যাবে কত লোকের হবে যে ঠিকানা এ কেমন পৃথিবী যেখানে সব চেনারাই অচেনা যতই মুখোশ পড়ুক না কেন আলবাত তাদের সাজে না মানুষের আত্মীয় হয়ে যে মানুষের কাছে থাকে না সে কেমন মানুষ যে পাল্টাতে একটুও ভাবে না ঠিক ওই মানুষের মানবিকতায় যে মানুষ হয়েও পশুর মতো আচরণ করে এক এক সত্তায় থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ
Very nice.
Wow. Excellent, 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 ma'am. Excellent.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
sir.
Very sharp, sharp reading. And anybody, yeah, Somdatta ma'am, yeah, Roopali said, Roopali ma'am. Yeah.
Sir, I have a question for you, if I
Yes,
am
ma'am.
in the permission. I thought I will be asking you over your personal chat, but I could not restrain myself over this.
But it's going live, ma'am. Maybe you could stop live.
As far as I know, you are from Hyderabad, isn't it? You live in Hyderabad.
No, far from away from Hyderabad, maybe sometimes.
You're from Bangalore or Hyderabad?
Hyderabad. You can
Hyderabad,
basically
yes.
Hyderabad, yeah.
But how come you write such wonderful Hindi? That I could not match.
No, my second language is Hindi, ma'am. I studied
That's
Hindi.
why. It was
ये मेरा भी क्वेश्चन था प्रसन्ना जी आप बहुत अच्छी हिंदी बहुत अच्छी कविताएं आपकी बहुत अच्छी हिंदी में रहती है और मैं भी हमेशा सोचती हूँ कि आप इतनी अच्छी हिंदी कैसे
नहीं मेरे बचपन से ही पढ़ाई मेरे हिंदी में ही हुआ मेरे सब्जेक्ट मेन सब्जेक्ट तो वही है इंग्लिश मीडियम
Same with me. It's same with me, sir. Although I am a Bengali, but my first language was English and second language was Hindi because I was brought up in Delhi.
नहीं फिर भी बहुत पढ़ना है मैम this nothing else.
Yes.
Back then I was not that it's very
but it was
I'm ashamed
wonderful
of
hearing
myself.
you.
I'm ashamed
because
of
this is the first time I have been hearing your Hindi recitation. It was wonderful hearing you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this. Thank you, Debashrita Basu, ma'am. Thank you for joining, and thank you, Saraswati, ma'am, and Reema Rai, ma'am, Shoba, ma'am, and Somdatta, ma'am, Roopali, ma'am. See you next week, same time, same day. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.